Hey guys, welcome to this video, and as you already know from the title, this video is about how Samsung Galaxy Watch Active running Tizen OS One UI version 1.5 totally destroys the Wear OS running Fossil Generation 5 Carlyle HR smartwatch. Now I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why is that so, and almost all of them are related to the software of these watches. And I'm gonna talk about 5 main things here. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the notification panel and the notification shortcuts. Because notification shortcuts is the main thing how we is one of the main things how we interact with our devices, whether it's a smartphone or a watch, and it has to be very good. Now both of these watches running different softwares have these notification shortcuts, but what you get on Carlyle watch Fossil watch here is that you get these 6 fixed shortcuts, and you have to use them. You can't remove them, you can't add any more, you can't create any pages. There is no other option. You're just stuck with these, and you don't actually get what you need here. So for example, if I quickly want to change the brightness levels, that's not here. If I want to change the volume levels, that's not here. But on Samsung Galaxy Watch, not only can you remove or add these notification shortcuts, you get multiple pages of them. So there you go, you've got a ton of options here that you can add and remove. So if I want to remove this, I can remove this, and if I want to add this, I can add this. I can move them from one page to another and set them on priority. If I want some shortcuts on the first page, I can have them there, right there for me whenever I need them. And I think that's one of the best implementations that a watch can have when it comes to notification shortcuts. They should be like this, fully editable and fully customizable. And when I started using this Fossil Carlyle watch, I was very upset because while you get the options to edit them on the Android phones, there is no way to edit them or customize them on the watch, and you're stuck with these 6 options. And what makes it worse is that if you are in any app, so for example, if I'm in settings here and I swipe down, I cannot access the notification shortcuts. So I can only access them when I'm on the home screen, meaning the watch face. So now I can swipe down and access them, otherwise I can't. On Galaxy Watch, you could be doing anything in the world, anything, absolutely anything, and when you swipe down, you access your notification shortcuts from anywhere at any time. Now moving on to the next feature that I want to talk about is the touch bezel on Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 and this rotating crown on Fossil Generation 5 smartwatch. And it's not about the hardware itself, but what it accomplishes in terms of the software, or how useful it is while navigating the interface of the watch. Now let's talk about the rotating crown on Fossil watch. So let's say I'm on the watch face right now. I swipe down, it pulls down the notification panel. I swipe up, now there are all my notifications here. Now when I go in this app Citymapper, which is one of the apps that I use all the time, if I rotate it, it does not work. And then if I go back and launch Spotify and then I rotate it, it doesn't work. Now I have to swipe up and down. So it's not consistent, it does not work everywhere at all times. However, on Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2, we have a touch bezel, very popular feature of Samsung Galaxy watches. Now if you go anywhere, this works. It's so much consistent and its functionality is so homogeneous that you just fall in love with it. So let's just say we open Spotify on here on Samsung Galaxy Watch, and we swipe down, it works, and it works smoothly and perfectly. Next up, let's talk about widgets. So we Android users love our widgets, right? That's one of the main ways how we interact with our devices, with our Android devices. Now on my Samsung Galaxy Watch, you can swipe right and you have all your widgets right there. You can just swipe, or you can use the touch bezel, and there are so many of them. So if I want to add a widget, you will see how many there are that I can choose from. And the more apps you download, and if they support widgets, they will continue to add up here. And then you can also move them around and place them wherever you want to place them. And the software is so consistent and is so responsive that you immediately fall in love with it, and it's simple. It's not something that you can't understand. Now on my Fossil Generation 5 watch, you can swipe to the left to get to your tiles. So these are basically widgets, they're just called tiles here. Now take a look here, you only have option to set 5 tiles here, just 5, and look at how many options there are. It's a total of 7 options. So there you go. Now if I want to add another one, no, there is a 5 tile limit. That's absurd. I don't know why it's there and what function it accomplishes, and the widgets are so crappy here. So there you go. We've got weather, we've got timer, we've got a fit, news, and fit heart, and that's pretty much about it. Next up, I want to talk about button shortcuts. So we've got 3 buttons here on my Fossil watch, and we've got 2 buttons here. So the top button here on Galaxy watch is a back button, and the bottom one here is a home button. While on the Fossil watch, the button in the middle here, it's the home button if you're using any other feature on the watch, and if it's on the home screen, meaning your watch face is there and you tap it, it works as an apps button that takes you to the app drawer. So that's the gist of it. But let's talk about the button shortcuts. So on Galaxy watch, we have this one button here which gets a shortcut. So you press it twice to get to wherever you want to go, and for that you need to go in settings, and then you need to go in advanced here, and here you will see double press home key to then set anything. Now here you can set features or apps. I usually set it up with the recent apps. So let's go all the way up, and so there you go, recent apps. Now if I'm using an app and then I have to go and use another app and I want to go back to the previous app, all I have to do is press it twice and it shows me all the apps that I've been using, and I can choose to go in them in an instant, no matter wherever I am. So for example, I'm in settings and I double press it, it will work. And if I am in weather app, I will double press it and it will take me to the recent apps. So it works from anywhere, it's system wide implemented. Now let's talk about this watch here, my Fossil Generation 5 Carlyle watch. You've got 2 buttons here and they both get shortcuts. So you go in settings, you go in you go in personalization, and here you get customize hardware buttons. Now here you get top right and bottom right button, and I've got City Mapper with the top right and Spotify with the bottom right. But guess what? Now I am here in settings and I press this button, it wouldn't launch City Mapper, or I press this button, it wouldn't launch Spotify. I have to go back to the home screen, which is the watch face, and then press it to launch Spotify or City Mapper. So I don't understand what Google is trying to do here, setting all these limitations on its own software and just destroying the user experience on their own software on Android watches. And now finally, I want to talk about some extra software features that Samsung Galaxy Watch has that improves the software experience of this watch so much and are missing on Fossil watch. So if I just go in advanced here, you can see that there is a wake up gesture, so you can turn it on and off. There is a touch wake up. There is a water lock mode, so if you're swimming you can turn this feature on and it will lock your screen and any accidental touches. There is touch sensitivity that you can turn on. If you're wearing gloves, it will increase the sensitivity of the screen and you can even use it with the gloves. There is a theater mode that you can turn on while you're watching movies in a theater or in a cinema. So if you turn it on, it gives you the number of hours that you want to turn it on, and then what it basically does is that it silences your watch and turns off the screen, mute all alerts, alarms and system sounds, turn off watch always on and wake up gesture, and after the time limit it will turn off. And we get good night mode, which if you turn on, if you want to wear your watch to sleep, you don't want notifications and different things disturbing you, you can turn this feature on, and what it does is that it prevents disturbances while you're sleeping and turns off notifications, watch always on, wake up gesture, and touch wake up, but you still get alarms if you want to wake up. So there are so many extra features that make this watch so much usable and so much easy to use. The software experience is so brilliant that when you go from something like this to something like this, you are totally disappointed. You don't know where to go and what to do. So here you've got few options that you can use, but it's nowhere near what you get on Samsung Galaxy Watch and Tizen OS to be specific. And you're just wondering where you have come and what you're doing, why you've wasted all this money on this watch when you could have bought this one. And it's not just these features, there are so many more that I talk about in some other videos that I've made about Samsung Galaxy Watch. I will link them up. Make sure to watch them if you wanna dig deeper into it. There are so many features. If I start listing them, it will take me hours to finish the video. Now don't get me wrong, the watch itself, this watch, Fossil Carlyle Generation 5, it's a beautifully built watch. It looks great on the wrist. It's just that it's been disappointed by the software. And that's about it from this video, guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.